tribes of Israel to come back to the laws of the Most High that's written in the Bible. This is Wednesday night law class. The name of the topic tonight is called Bad Doctrine Got Them Gone with the Wind. Once again, bad doctrine got them gone with the wind. Let me call this conference line too. I forgot to do that. Shalaka, you bring me a pen and
you are the first participant on this meeting.
A pen and a sheet of paper.
Wait for others to join.
Kasia. Oh, go ahead. Right. So anyway, the doctrine. We got many doctrines out here in the world, especially in the religious world. A lot of times, what we know, definitely Christianity, Islam, anything that's not of the truth through the I.S.U.P.K, we already know is a false doctrine. But a lot of people really get caught up in all type of doctrines that really not religious, but they people follow them like it's religious. They hold it like it's the scriptures. You'll give me a pen and a paper. Okay. And nobody on the line yet, so read for me until somebody come in. Okay. Anybody on the line? Right. So I was saying is that, you know, the age that we in, everything's moving fast, technology. You got a lot of motivational speakers, a lot of sayings that people live by. You know, they do everything but what the Most High say do. And you know, it got people going here, going there, everywhere, leading their life in all type of crazy directions because they do not hear the law of the Lord. Right. The things may sound good, it may look good, it may even work for a season, but in the long run, you're gonna perish. In the long run, it's gonna fail. You know what I mean? If it's not of the Most High. You know what I mean? We got you can put the word doctrine behind anything. You got the Marcus Garvey doctrine. You know what I mean? It looked good, the water. It looked good for a minute. It sounded good for a minute, but it failed. You got the Black Panther doctrine. It looked good. They talk good. And you know, you even got remnants of it today, but it definitely all failed. You know what I mean? Because it didn't have the ground, the house that was built on sand. It was a beach house. You know what I'm saying? And what happened to beach houses? You know what I mean? You get a hurricane category 5, and it's gonna come through and tear that beach house up because it's not on solid ground. You know what I'm saying? Black Panthers was on the beach house. FOI, Fruit of Islam, NOI, Nation of Islam, built on sand, not on solid land. How do you get on foundation? How you get on solid land? You know what I mean? You got to come into the truth, the law, statutes, commandments. You know what I mean? This book, the Bible, is not a religious book at all. You know what I mean? People laugh when you say that, but this is a book full of laws and statutes, commandments given to a certain people. They must follow. They must follow. You know what I mean? For example, like a wise man hated a madman hated oppression or whatnot. I'm paraphrasing, but things that talk about the oppression of our people, you know what I mean, our history, where we come from, those things, that's not religious. You know what I mean? And I point that out to the brothers and sisters that's not in the truth. Pick me up at Ephesians 4:14 through 15. Ephesians 4, verse 14 through 15. This is going to be the foundation of this class, this Wednesday night law class. Right, because a lot of us, you know what I mean, because when you're not on solid ground, I mean, just like that house is built on the beach, it look good, it sound good, and everything. But when that storm come, when that hurricane come, it's gonna be in the some pieces gonna be in the sea, some pieces gonna be on land, it's gonna be everywhere. And that's how you are. That's how a lot of us are when you don't follow the laws of the Most High, when you don't adhere to the law of the Most High. Right. You know what I mean? It's gonna little pieces of you going here, there, and everywhere. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bring that out.
Come on, God, the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro.
Right. We're gonna be no more children tossed to and fro, man. You know what I mean? A lot of time. Go ahead. Who is this?
Slack out the one, young man Brian checking in.
Young man Brian. Okay, I got you down. Shalom, Lord Christ. Right. We know more children. You know what I mean? Because we were children before we came in here. And what do children do? Children have a child has to develop their mind. Even at the age of 17 on down, a lot of times the brain has not developed yet. What they say, a fully developed human is developed at the age 25? Yeah, about around 20 something. You know what I mean? You're not developed. So a lot of times our decision making, a lot of times the things that we into, the things that we like, the things that we accept, the things that we would hear, is based on a lot of immature type of things. You know what I mean? So like I would say, we will henceforth be no more children. You know what I mean? You coming into the truth, man. You're a grown man. You're a grown woman now. You know what I mean? We growing up in this truth. You know what I mean? They played with us with a doctrine in the past. We was off into everything, especially that damn Christianity. We was definitely off into that, believing, hanging on every word they said. You know what I mean? Our family, our mothers was into that. Our fathers was into that. So hey, we into it too. But no more. No, this is a generation that's waking up. Generations that are waking up in the truth. And no more will we be treated like children, tossed to and fro. Go ahead.
Come on, God. And carried about with every wind of doctrine.
What's that?
And carried about with every wind of doctrine.
Every time a Negro come through and got a doctrine and got something to say that sound good, you going for it. You posting a new doggone saying, you know what I mean? You posting reposting a new post every week on Instagram and Facebook and everything, and that you supposedly live by, but you here, there, you everywhere. You know what I mean? You was a 5%er. You was a Nation of Islam. You was in Christianity starting out. Now you in some witchcraft mess. But you know what I mean? I don't mind the steps of knowledge that you come through, as long as you end up in the truth. But we already know a lot of times that don't happen. A lot of times people are puffed up with knowledge. They're puffed up with, you know what I mean, studying many books and hold themselves at a high level. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't run it through the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
That's one thing I want to say. Anytime somebody got a problem with the truth, want to get ready to lead the truth, anything, got a problem with anything that was brought out, please ring it through the I.S.U.P.K. before you make your decision. You know what I'm saying? Your soul is on the line. You know what I mean? If you got a misunderstanding about what a brother said, what a brother displayed, please bring it through, because we have the answer to all things. You know what I mean? And we already know if you left the truth and you didn't bring your you bring your problem up to one of us. You didn't call Across the Line Radio. You didn't call I.S.U.P.K. Atlanta or anything like that. Then we already know. Then it's a spiritual. You walk spiritually.
Right.
You walk spiritually because you didn't come in with the sincerity, wanting to know the truth on that issue. Which you could. It's here. All these tools are here for you, from the generals on down. That it can be answered. Those questions can be answered. Keep on reading.
Come on, God. And carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Right. They do what?
Lie in wait to deceive.
Right. They lie. That's what, you know what I mean? That's all the false doctrine is. You know what I mean? The people, they reprobates, man. You know what I mean? That's what the Christian church is doing. That's what every religion is doing. We can go down the line. It ain't just a Christian church. That's just the main one that got our people. So we always got to go in on them. You know what I mean? That got our people so wrapped up, because that's the highest witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? You could be in drinking blood from a crow and still won't be deeper in witchcraft than Christianity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how deep that stuff is, man. You got people, you know what I mean, refusing to hear the law of the Lord, but it's supposed to be based off the Bible, which we know that's a damn lie. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
So I got one what you bring out is heavy when you make the analogy about drinking the blood of a crow. You know that you're operating in witchcraft when you do something like that. You're intentionally doing it. But in Christianity, you don't even realize that you are in witchcraft when you're doing it. I learned that as a Christian, certain feelings that I would get that would come upon me, now that being in the truth, I would understand now knowing, wow, that was witchcraft that I was under when I was operating in certain ways. So you didn't even know it when you're doing certain things, but in Christianity, that's the trick. You don't even know that you're under the spell of witchcraft, which is, I mean, you know, look at the mark of the beast.
Right, it definitely is. And then if you talk to witches and warlocks on that type of level, that's in that type of Wicca lifestyle, you know what them people will tell you? They'll tell you they don't mess with Christianity because that's they say that's up too deep in witchcraft.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when I heard the folks say that, we're gonna pull some. You know what I mean? I need to do a part 2 on that and pull some videos. But I heard them actually say that they already know that the people that Christianity got the people fooled, and they don't even know what they touching, what they into. But people that's in the Wicca lifestyle, they are scared to handle some things that's in Christianity because it's too deep, it's too deeply rooted.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it comes to the Christmas, you know what I mean? When it comes to all the holidays and whatnot based on that, that's some high witchcraft stuff. And they feel like that a Christianity is on a higher level in witchcraft than they are. Go ahead.
And not to cut you off on the line, it's so heavy what you're bringing out because in witchcraft, you understand that it's intentional. They know what they're doing. They have certain things and rituals that they do. In Christianity, they have rituals, but what they do is people are invited and don't understand that it's witchcraft, even when it comes to the music. The music itself is intertwined with witchcraft, and they don't know it. How do I know this? Because I would get a certain type of feeling. I would start crying and feel a certain type of way when I would hear certain music. This music had nothing to do with God. When they're talking about they're feeling the Holy Ghost and all that, it had nothing to do with God. It was the witchcraft.
Right. Yeah, definitely. It's sensationalism. You know what I mean? And people go to school for that. They make movies on that. I forgot the name of the little comedy movie that they made that it showed the false pastor. Well, you know, all of them are false. But you know that music, the words that they use, all that, you know what I mean? Who could do that is going to determine who's the best pastor. You know what I mean? How you could use the words and the music, the sensationalism, the feeling, and everything. You know what I mean? That's what got our women caught up. And then it's gonna trickle on down to the men. Because our women they're gonna keep that church, man. Right. You know what I mean? When they go into church, and that's where they get mad when they come in here sometimes, because they're like, it's not quite like church, you know what I mean? We don't have all the music, you know, get them on that level. But that music is part of a lot of the witchcraft practices, right, or whatnot. A lot of repeating words, a lot of hymns that they use or whatnot. And these things got to be broke down to our people to not get them caught up or whatnot. You know what I mean? But keep on going.
Come on, God. Reading again from the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 14. Then we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Verse 15. But speaking the truth in love, they grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Christ.
Right, you're right. Christ is our head, man. You know, man, the point of that is, man, don't be, you know what I mean? If your foot is not solid, planted in the law, man, you're gonna be getting tossed to and fro. Right. To and fro, man. You into this, into that. The pastor said this, your pastor said that. It's all confusion. That's what the Christian church is. The Christian church will have you learning. You won't even know the first 5 books of the Bible, man. You won't even know the Genesis, the number 1 book of the Bible. You've been in church for 40, 50 years going. And you don't even know the Exodus is the doggone number, is the second book of the Bible, man. You don't even know what Moses did. You know what I mean? You don't even know, man, because you know what I mean? Because all you're doing is letting your pastor cherry pick scriptures to you. And you just read that and create your little cliff notes on that. And create, and sometimes they create a journal on that. You know what I mean? You know the books that the pastors be writing. They'll read that more than they read the Bible. Right. You know why? Because the people can't understand. Right. The Most High made it like that. He made it to where they need a pastor. And you got to be thinking, why did he send me a false pastor? You know what I mean? People are asked all the time, what are the Israelites? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm an Israelite. I'm in I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School, Israel School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And they asked, the number one question all Christians ask is, what is the Israelite? I never heard of that. Well, have you been you say you've been a Christian for all your life, right? You grew up in the church, right? And they say, yeah. And you deal with the Bible, right? You know a little something about the Bible, right? Yeah. I love the Bible, this and that. But how the hell you don't know what the Israelite is then?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like that. I was like that in Christianity. We always like that. We heard about the Israelites. Ain't that God people that was rebellious or whatnot, rebellious towards them? You don't know from Genesis to Revelation. That's all to the Israelites.
Right.
The whole book it's not even for the whole world. It's not even for everybody in the world. It's only to the Israelites. The Most High wrote the book, inspired the book. Of course, the whole world's gonna cling on to something that the supreme being has wrote and has authorized. That's why that book is popular like that. But everybody want to try to make it theirs. You know what I mean? You got African Christianity church, you got East Indian Christianity churches, you got Asian Chinese churches, Korean Christianity churches. All that is out of order, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why they ain't doing it right, because it ain't for them.
Right.
It ain't for them, man. You know what I mean? Especially African, they love Christianity, but you know what I mean? They do it in the all they do is mix it with they little belief system that they came up in, and have some kind of false doctrine and have you caught up in bad doctrine. Now you got these Negroes these days and got so bad that they got an African pastor.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they don't even like the pastor. Believe me, these true stories. Now we ain't pulling this stuff out of the air, man. You know what I mean? Because you already know of a lot of times the women they love the churches.
Right.
They love the churches, man. And a lot of times they get caught. They go to the African churches are getting pretty big. They have mega churches and they'll go to the African church. I really don't like them. But I still go here and support them. Man, they don't know what the hell they doing, man. Because they all over there. Our people are all over the place, man. So what we're gonna do with this class, man, we're gonna go into a few doctrines. You know what I mean? Because we when you think of the word doctrine, when you think about more of a religious thing. It is religious, but at the same time, our people are making just about anything their doctrine, their religion, their belief system. Right. You know what I mean? The first doctrine we're gonna deal with is the city girl doctrine, the Young Miami doctrine. You know what I'm saying? We already, definitely, man. You know what I mean? Some things I seen some things this week. It's stuff every week about Young Miami, the city girls, mostly Young Miami or whatnot. We already know she dealing with Sean Puff Daddy Diddy Combs. You know what I'm saying? He's a billionaire or whatnot. But she's a she's a city girl rapper. Got all our young girls going the wrong way, talking about all this ratchet stuff. But she's with a billionaire, and you know when she got with P Diddy, like all the ratchets, all our little ratchet sisters, they smiled upon that. They smiled. They love that. They love that she was with a billionaire. You know what I mean? Some sisters were saying that because they already know Diddy got more than one woman.
Right.
But they were saying that they'll rather be shared woman, one of Diddy's woman, than be with a regular dude that's working a job. Go ahead.
Out of line, what you're bringing out is so goddamn heavy. These sorry slack-jawed swamp donkey females out here, they know Diddy a billionaire. They know that these men who are millionaires, billionaires, will have more than one. And guess what? They don't believe it in the truth that they could be multiple wives. But a woman who sees a man who has millions, she's willing to be the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth woman because of what he has. See, that doctrine in itself is right now why they're going berserk on Sierra. And I'm wondering, since it's suggestive, you're going in on Sierra because Sierra's talking about single women and you don't need a man because you got Justin, whatever his name is. But at the same time, Beyonce said the same thing. But going back to what you're talking about, because this man's a billionaire, oh, I don't care. I just want to be one of them. I just want to be one of them so I can partake in it. I'll do it. So if he got the money, it's okay to have multiple women. You get the money, I want to do it. That's a doctrine.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what they setting up all our things for. It's setting up all our things. They set up all our women for that type of mentality, because you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Because they're highly esteemed. Now, I don't know. You know, of course, in our generation, we don't know why. Like, well, why is this chick highly esteemed? But that's what a lot of our women are on. They've been led. They're being led by Young Miami, by the city girl. That city. What I'm saying is the city girl doctrine. It's telling them how to do it, but what it's gonna do is lead y'all to be burnt out. You know what I mean? And y'all using y'all what it is. The women that's it's gonna lead y'all to using your years when you're supposed to be locking down a man.
Right.
You're supposed to be locking down a family. Then when you're perking, when you're blossoming out there. Because you already know how gravity works. You already know how age and maturity works. Your body's gonna, you know what I mean? These females out here, a lot, you know what I mean? Of course, that's not our sisters in the truth. Not a lot of righteous sisters. They don't include y'all. But a lot of our females, they, you know what I mean? They live life like they're gonna just be fine forever.
Right.
And some of them may be, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, a lot of times, black don't crack. But you don't want to be, well, you know what I mean? You don't want to be a Lala Anthony. You want to be a Vivica Fox.
Right.
That you know what I mean? Where you find is all outdoors, but the dudes that you really want, you have no chance with you.
Right.
Or they want to young, you know what I mean? Because what Lala said, she want all ain't nothing but young dudes coming at her, and nothing but 25-year-olds coming at her. And let me tell you something about a woman, man. A woman is not gonna a woman for the most part is not gonna get a dude that's younger than her. She needs a man to lead her. She need a man who's smarter than her. You know what I mean? That's why it's looked down upon. You know what I mean? When that young man, he's 25, he bring home Vivica Fox or Erykah Badu, or you know what I mean, one you know, somebody like that. It look good, but when they bring her home, the mama gonna be like, she gonna take advantage of you. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I seen those type of situations. I never understood it. Like, what you mean she's taking advantage of her? Because that man can't show her nothing, man. That man can't really show her nothing. Rare occasions, yeah, he can. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He may be a wise man that can show, but for the most part, he's not going to be able to lead that sister. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? His life experiences. He gonna be so caught up on the old dog, you know, showing the new dog tricks and stuff. You know what I mean? You know, even if they 50, they still need to do about 60, 70. You know what I mean? Because it ain't gonna work. And that's why when you was in high school, you seen was very unlawful, was very pedophilia. You seen a lot of older dudes come to the high school, pick the girls up. You know what I mean? You really couldn't compete with the older dudes a lot of times. Because you know they 30-year-olds hollering at the girls in high school, which is crazy. But it's just how things have been set up. Or a female told you, I don't really mess with dudes my age because they immature. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe when we get in a nursing home somewhere, maybe I'll give them a chance then. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, that's out of order. But you know what I'm saying? Taking it back to Young Miami. The sisters were all hollering about how they you know what I mean, the city girls are up. But soon, you know, but her glory was short-lived. It was short-lived because right after that, they said Diddy had just had another baby. He's 53 years old, still popping out babies with a whole nother. He got a roster, man. He got a real dream team roster, P. Diddy do. And he know he been doing this for 30 years, man. He been doing this since Biggie was alive. You know what I mean? So he already know how to run them. This is you know what I mean. He called Young Miami his shorty doo-wop. That's not even my girl. That's my shorty doo-wop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So everybody was kind of getting on him like, you know what I mean? Because females, you know, some females will share a dude, or some people was, you know, but some females will share a dude as long as they don't got their business out in the streets, or as long as you don't have a baby on them. You know what I mean? What we're saying about Lala Anthony, Carmelo had 2 babies on her. That first baby, she cried and got over it. You know what I mean? And you could tell it was really affecting her. You know what I mean? But she ended up getting back with him. And with this second baby, he had a second baby on her. And she said it's a wrap. She couldn't take it. She could not take it, man. But you know what I'm saying? And they putting that pressure on Young Miami. You know what I mean? Young Miami, we seen her in a very vulnerable state. You know what I mean? Everybody asking, yo, Young Miami, what's up with this baby? He got a new baby girl. He got a new baby girl. We don't even know who the woman is, but he got a new baby girl. What's up? What's your thoughts on this? And she already know it. Put her in a trick bag. It put her in the trick bag, man. She ain't know what to do. She ain't know what to say or whatnot. So I'm bringing all this up to say is that, you know, so she got online earlier this week. Go ahead. Who is this?
Oh, this young man, Brian, I just had a comment.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just like you saying, like you bringing out, real heavy because my sisters, like, the city girls, you know, they looking up the brothers, they getting brothers that's not in the I.S.U.P.K in the truth, like Diddy and Lil Uzi Vert, and them brothers, they download mail, so they don't even know how to leave the system for real. So them brothers really want another male on the low.
Right. Yeah, them dudes very effeminate. You know what I mean? We going to the feminization of P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Man, we already know something ain't right about that boy.
Right.
If you had to bet, go ahead. You know what I mean, Desmond? Shalom, Lord Christ. I push you down. Right. We had to go into all the if you know what I mean, if wouldn't nobody bet against the fact that P. Diddy is bisexual and been at home sexual activities. We already know that boy been doggone double dipping. You know what I'm saying? Right. That boy got some other stuff going on. We already know. And you know what I mean? He ain't gonna speak on it, but you know, there's plenty of stories. He's been in the industry for 30 years almost. We already know something ain't right about that boy, but he, you know, his preferred choice on in public is women. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what I mean? He understand that. But the thing about Young Miami, it came out earlier. Her Tarazi. You seen that video clip with her Tarazi and Mary J. Blige? They was talking about marriage. You seen that clip?
Wow,
okay, all right. So the clip they was talking about was they was discussing marriage or whatever, and Young Miami was talking about marriage and how she don't want to get married and how men are not faithful. But then she tweeted out something, and that's what led to be bringing her up in this class. She said, "My next man," she said, "I'm not sharing my next man." You know what I'm saying? I'm not sharing my next man. You know what I mean? And she got, you know what I mean? And like she got these girls going every which way. So which one you working? Right. You know what I mean? For real, because you know, I mean, you can get the bag, or whatnot, but you know, things come to a head after a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's not even Diddy's first choice when it comes to his ribs or whatnot. He got baby to look after and everything. You know what I'm saying? You know, even though she should stay down. I mean, because you know, having multiple wives is not unlawful. But she talking about she not sharing her next man, and I see all these females that I follow that I know personally. They all posting that video. And they all and Mary J. Blige was saying some crazy stuff in there. How reason why that's why I ain't never got married. Well, Mary J. What we know about Mary J. Now she's a queen of soul. Her voice is beautiful. She's going down in the history books, baby. For real. We, you know what I'm saying. We love Mary J. Blige. You know she got a concert coming up in Atlanta. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. I would take my rib to that. I would go to that actually. Taraji P. Henson, like for real, I love her acting. She's a great actress or whatnot. But these women. You know what I mean? They try to use excuses why they unmarried, why they not in a committed relationship with a man. Because you know what? You know, I know for a fact, you know what I mean? Mary J. Blige, she was a whore. Right. She was a whore. Ever since the Tupac era, she was a whore, man. Right. They got stories about Mary J. Blige doggone hitting everything. Right. Hitting everything, man. And Taraji, I bet she ain't too far behind, man. Hey, any of y'all brothers on the line are in a position to read? Oh yeah, young man Brian. Okay, all right, the water. Pick me up at Proverbs 23:27. Proverbs 23:27 to 28. Right. So we see that the city girls, man, they you know what I mean? We may think it's foolish from our generation, but they leading these young girls, man. They highly esteemed among women. You know what I mean? All a celebrity got to do is, you know what I mean, a female celebrity look pretty, have a few hit songs, and then she put out what's on her mind, and then of course our people gonna fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because you know, Israel and the world, we love to have our celebrities give us political advice, give us morality advice, all that. We can give out moral codes from the celebrities. Well, all they do, they can dance and they can sing, they can rap, you know what I mean? They can play sports or whatnot. This is not to be confused with morality. This is not to be confused about, you know what I mean, where you supposed to be spiritually. But our people are simple and they let girls like the city girls lead them into a ditch, man. You know what I mean? So Carisha, Young Miami, she got these girls talking about she not sharing her next man, and all the girls talking about they know that's right, and they all the girls talking about that they never gonna get married or whatnot. Now, when I say married, as far as getting a piece of paper from the government and from your state and up under the white man law, that's not the marriage I'm talking about. I mean, you can get that, but I mean, no, we already know that sex is marriage, man, and that's started with the number one problem. Everybody treating sex like it's laxy daisy, like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Especially our females. Oh, it's only this, it's only that. Oh, I only did that with him one time or whatnot. Whatever, they just giving their bodies away to what everything. They trisexuals. If you ever look at Young Miami, you know, I'm just using Young Miami as an example. Let me tell you something. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, Young Miami gonna be looking like an angel compared to the things that's gonna come into this earth. Compared to the women that's coming into the celebrities and whatnot, she gonna be looking like a doggone. She gonna be looking like somebody give me an example. I can't really give an example of a good woman, but she gonna be looking like Miss Goody Two Shoes, man. Her and JT compared to all they gonna be like, yeah, we was wild, but we wasn't that wild. All these girls coming out, and there are a lot of females rapping coming out these days too. And what's gonna happen is that things gonna wax worse and worse. Things gonna wax worse and worse, man. So that's what we want to let our sisters see, because that's a doctrine in itself. The city girls doctrine, a lot of our sisters are following that. You know what I mean? If you see, though, I was going back to, you see Young Miami when she interviewing people, males and females, she's throwing herself at people. You know what I mean? She interviewing Megan Thee Stallion. They talking about sleeping with each other. They talking about she all the women that she interviewing. She let her know that you'll sleep with me. Can we sleep together? I mean, it's like she a trisexual, and then she take the cake for everything. Is when she talking about she like to get peed on. Ain't that crazy? Y'all brothers heard that? That's on the line. Y'all heard that? No, y'all heard that. I know the word. Oh yeah, they said the world heard that. That girl like to get peed on. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's a whole other level. That's a whole nother level right there, getting peed on, man. You know what I'm saying? All of us, if you live in Atlanta, a major cities, you've been downtown, you know what can we say? I don't want to call them bombs. People, the homeless people. Homeless people may come around. They ain't took a bath in a minute or whatnot. You may smell them 15 feet away. And some of them, when we be downtown preaching, downtown speaking at 5 points, sometimes you can smell the pee from 10, 15 feet away. You can smell them coming before you see them. That pee is a... That, go ahead.
Just like just like the female rapper Gorilla, she said she like for her man to ejaculate on her food before she eat it.
Right, yeah, I know. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, good. Like, what level we taking freaky to? And Glorilla, you know, Cardi B, Glorilla, that these are the women they look up to. And the city girls, these are the women look up to. But let me tell you something, man, that's a doctrine. If you don't believe there's a doctrine, you got to check yourself. You don't believe your women ain't, your rib ain't checking that out. Your daughter ain't checking that out. Your sister ain't checking that out. Your first cousins, the women in your life that you have love for, you have relationship If you believe for one moment that they're not checking it out and running it through that filter in their mind and considering that, then you're crazy. You know what I mean? They're pushing the pole back. They're pushing the totem pole back, man. You know what I mean? Young Miami talking about she like to get peed on. You know what I mean? For real. I remember a time where black women wouldn't do a lot, you know what I mean? So-called black women wouldn't do a lot of things that I'm not about to be naming exactly. Let me just say that there was a lot more reserved, and which I had a problem with in the world. Black women was a lot more reserved when I was coming up. Now, all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Grown ass man now. You know what I mean? They all trisexuals. They trying every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? For real. They believe they can be married to a woman. I'm gonna try a man, and then I'm gonna try polygamy. You know what I mean? Them having multiple. They got a wife and a husband. You know what I mean? They into everything. You know what I mean? And like I said, those things are pleasurable for a season, but to the end of is death, destruction, burnt out, stretched out, all that. You ain't gonna be worth nothing to no man. You know what I mean? She want to get peed on. Glorilla want to eat doggone seed sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Seed fries. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like they really and these are the women that our daughters be listening to. You know what I mean? That bag doctor gonna have them going with the wind. Go ahead.
Water, so if I made real heavy points, a lot of heavy points. You know, back when I was in high school in New York, a lot of folks was talking about how Biggie Smalls used to like to defecate on women. You know, like the little Kim and all that. And he was just like, that's what they like to do. And I even met someone years ago talking about this dude. He likes what they call a rim job. You know, they licking a woman, licking places that they're not supposed to be licking on a man. You know what I mean? This is the locket, sir.
Oh yeah, definitely. The women. Yeah, you're talking about the groceries. You know what I mean? Which is gay as hell. You know what I mean? Even the men. See, the men are even getting to the point where they want to you know what I mean? It's like it's crazy coming out of my mouth. But let me tell you something. Eating groceries is already crazy. You know what I mean? A woman that's well proportionate, got a nice frame back there. You know what I mean? I still ain't trying to eat no groceries. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know what I'm saying? We got YouTube and everything. What we seeing what the men are doing now these days, the men are they allowing the women to do that. They're allowing the women to toss it up on them. You know what I'm saying? Which is like for real. That's like to me, you they're not bisexual, but the men are swapping down. It's a thing they exalt themselves on. Go ahead.
Forgot to mention, R. Kelly used to be peeing on women. You know, he's doing all types of that stuff. Sir.
Right, yeah. R. Kelly, what is that? A year 2000, about 20 years ago, when R. Kelly came out with a peeing video was crazy. You know, now we find out he was a man before his time. He was like a pioneer. You know what I mean? So you mean to tell me 20 years later, a top celebrity woman, she talking about she like to get peed on, man. That's crazy. You know how pee smell? Everybody don't be drinking right. Everybody don't be eating right. You know what I'm saying? For real. And so, you know what I mean? Like for real, some people when they pee, they need to be spraying some air freshener after they pee. You know what I mean? That like for real, that's dead cells coming out of you, man. You know what I mean? It's like, how did you get off on that? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. You know what I mean? Like for real, like free, and she just like a lot of other women, like a lot of other city girls, they don't realize the things that coming out their mouth are so foul that a man will be a fool to wipe you up. And any man that wipe you up after this point, you was a fool. You know what I'm saying? Cause look at Young Miami now, like for real, she got, you know what I mean? She did it, them pissed on her, done did everything he wanted to do with her. Now she talking about her next man, she ain't sharing. So let me tell you something, like for real, cause she is pretty to some people, you know what I mean, but not enough to go through all that. So after Diddy throws her away, she talks, or she leave Diddy or whatnot. I'm supposed to, let me get this right. I'm supposed to take you seriously as a wife and don't have no other options or nothing. You're not sharing me, but Diddy was able to do everything he was supposed to do. Like we're looking at that man like he a sucker, man. Real life, because when you get a real, that's the thing about getting into committed relationships that women don't understand is that once you get in a relationship with a woman, the man opened himself up to everything. He opened himself up to everything that woman did in the past, her reputation, how she around other men when you not around, what she doing at the club or doing out when you not around. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's why some men don't want to get in a relationship because they be like, I might as well just doggone hit these whores and doggone toss them to the side because it take way more stomp down, way more responsibility, way more effort to keep a woman and call yourself that's your woman because that's attached to your name. You know what I'm saying? Like Lori Harvey. Y'all watch Snowfall. She with Franklin on Snowfall. She with Franklin on Snowfall now. And Franklin is with Lori Harvey in real life. I don't know if I forgot his real name, but he out there in videos and magazines like he done caught. Like he caught something valuable. But Lori Harvey, she not valuable no more. You know what I mean? When Meek Mill was talking about I want Lori Harvey for Christmas, maybe you know what I'm saying? If you called around that time, then hey, salute, bro. You don't call. You know what I mean? When Future had her, and when Diddy had her, Diddy's son them had and all that. She was still doing a little something. Go ahead.
It's like that one. Here's the thing: ain't none of them worth it. It don't matter how fine you are, but she ain't even above average. She barely average. You can throw a rock and hit a sister that look like her.
Man, you can walk down the street and see a sister walking to the train station look better than her in Atlanta. But we gonna just use her. She a little pretty. She a little pretty, man. But you know what I'm saying? So she done been with Diddy's son. You know what I mean? She's known for being a little man eater out here. And now she with Franklin from Snowfall. And you know how we all looking at that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna speak for everybody. I already know how y'all looking at that man. Bro, you did not caught. You did not catch. We're not saluting you like, bro, hey, that's you? That's you right now? You know, we looking at you like you a damn fool. You know what I mean? Because that's what some of the women gotta realize. So you know what I'm saying? It don't matter how fine you are, how pretty you are. Once that reputation is ruined, it's a wrap, baby. It's a wrap. It's a level that, you know what I mean, and some women just don't understand. We're not looking at Lori Harvey the same. We ain't looking at the city girls the same. Even though Carisha, she done came up, or Young Miami done came up or whatnot. But it's like the next man to get with her, all we gonna be thinking about is that Diddy peeing on her and you kissing that chick in the mouth. Bro, you did not catch. Go ahead.
So like that one. It's just like when you buying a car. They tell you the second you take the car off the lot, it loses value.
Mm-hmm.
That means you buy a new car, you get in it. The second you drive it off the lot, the stock plummets. So what makes a woman think the second that a nigga done got with her and gave her a ride, her stock can plummet for any other man because he ain't supposed to want no way. So you done been pissed on?
Yeah, exactly.
Who want that?
Exactly. You don't mess yourself up because you know what I mean, and you put it out there in public, you have no shame. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this chick ain't got no shame, man. She wanted to hit everything. Even Megan Thee Stallion, man, he a little beta male or whatever. But even after the interview, when she with Young Miami interviewed Megan Thee Stallion, they were talking about bumping each other and you know being with each other, sleeping with each other. Even her man talking about he had a problem with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Young Miami so doggone foul on these interviews, man. You know what I mean? She ain't worth nothing. That's why we got to doggone kill these false doctrines.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because our people getting to the point, the world's coming to the point where they won't hear no type of religious doctrine, and they're gonna be talking about they don't believe in no God. We coming down on Islam. We coming down on witchcraft and Hinduism. We coming down on all these and all sectors of the denominations of Christianity. In meantime, the new generations they don't even care to hear none of that religious stuff.
Right.
They doctrine is social media, man. They doctrine is the TikTok videos or reel, a 1 minute, a 2 minute reel. Go ahead.
They doctrine is they favorite rapper or feel me, whatever. They favorite rapper, that's what they like to hear.
Exactly. They doctor on his Young Miami them. They doctor on his Shabuya roll call. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Really, they doctor this glitter gloss. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm telling y'all. Look, give me about 5 more years. Young Miami is gonna be looked at as a girl. She gonna be like, I know I was wild back in my day, but these girls they got these days. I can't even. These girls way wild. I'm telling you, things are just gonna get waxing worse and worse on the earth, man. That's why we gotta stomp down on this mess, man. You know what I mean? I got nothing but daughters, man. I got 3 daughters, man. For real. You know, let me tell you something, man. I use the word whore and bitch all the time, not towards them, of course not towards them, but I use the word. I use them words as examples to show them. You know what I mean? And show them that a woman that get around and got 2 men, you know what I mean, got sleeping with multiple men, that's bumping cooch, slocky, they're bumping cats with women, other women and stuff like that. Them hoes stink. They stink. They have a smell. The female body is not set up for all that, man. You know what I mean? You could spray Victoria's Secret white what they call it 1,000 kisses spray on that thing. But you know what I mean. But once you get to dealing with it, you see something foul about it. There's something foul about that. You're gonna be thinking about that, man. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. When we get rid of these doctrines, a woman that's kept herself, that kept her numbers low, that kept her number low. You know what I mean. That's very picky. And they want to trisexual. That woman's gonna be worth more than silver, than gold, and everything. Go ahead.
So I got one. I have a precept for what you're talking about that smell.
Bring it out.
Count on God. The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink.
It shall be a what?
A stink.
Lord have mercy. The Lord had put that there, a stink. And you already know, whether you know or not, man, it's something ain't right. Like for real, like everybody done been in school and been at work or something. And you see a girl fine as wine, but when you walk by her wind, something ain't right about it. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. Something ain't right when you get in close quarters with her. Something is not right about that, because you know what I mean. What did he say? You can't say, all right?
Count on God. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there should be a stink.
Go ahead.
And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness.
Right, man. And the Lord already put that. Go ahead and bring the whole thing out.
Come on, God. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth. And burning instead of beauty.
That's why that's a curse, man. That's a curse that our sisters have to deal with. They gotta realize we gotta teach our young ones, our sisters, our daughters, and everything that, you know what I mean, you use your beauty for the right thing, because you're gonna go when you get burnt out, you know what I mean, when you get about past 30 plus, 40 plus or whatnot, and you get up there and you be looking for a man, you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the degrees in the world, but men ain't they'll come by and hit it. Yeah. Vivica Fox, yeah, we'll come by. Erykah Badu, yeah, heck yeah, we want to fulfill our fantasies for sure. Now, I mean, I ain't talking about me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about the majority. I'm talking about the majority of men. Yeah, they'll come through. They'll come through for a minute. We'll hit it. But as far as that, we're dealing with you, talking about that's my woman, introducing to my family, and around my mama and them, talking about that's my woman, and I'm only dealing with you. Girl, you crazy. Right. Lady, you crazy. It ain't gonna happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? For real. But for the women that was made fun of, and girl, you need to live your life. You need to live your life out here, like for real. Well, having one man is just all you know is that one dude. That's so boring. You don't know what else is out here in the world. You know what I mean? All that, whatever. Them women is gonna be fine. Gonna keep their bodies. You know what I mean? It's gonna keep their bodies intact. Right. You know what I mean? They're gonna be able to raise and be big mama, a little mama in the family, and they grandkids and their children are gonna respect them, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? For real. These women these days, they don't give a damn about how many men they've been with. And they don't give a damn about how that's affecting their sons or how it's affecting their daughters. You know what I mean? All they know is about they just going out their feelings.
Right.
This world is based off of feelings doctrine, man. Everybody basing, especially the women, they basing everything off their feelings. This man don't make me feel good. He don't make me happy no more. On to the next. You know what I'm saying? This man, he got another woman. On to the next. You know what I mean? For real. But what it's gonna do is everybody gonna get their turn off you. And once everybody, the whole city, the whole nation done got their doggone turn off you. Well, what are you worth? You ain't worth nothing. And if you do find a sucker, a beta male to be with you, we all gonna be laughing behind closed doors. You know what I mean? And then one day a brother gonna pull that brother to the side and be like, you know, we be laughing, everybody be laughing at you, right? I ain't want to tell you, but you know what I mean, shout it out there. Shot it on the shot is gonna hit the whole Decatur and the whole west side of Atlanta. And you know what I mean? And now she wish you kissing you all in your mouth. I mean, I know you don't know because you crazy, you stupid. I don't know how you don't know, but you know what I mean, but we laughing at you, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that man gonna feel little as nothing, man. You know what I mean? Because we already know these women can dress up and put on everything and look the best ever in the world, especially our Israelite sisters. Got the curves, got everything. But when it come down to the nitty-gritty, when it come down to the respect, when it come down to raising the families, it ain't there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They motherhood skills, they're not your mother. They're not, they can't hold a candle to your grandmothers. They you know what I mean? They can't even hold a candle to your sisters, man. You know what I mean? That's what we coming to in this world. Go ahead and pick me up in that. You still holding that in Proverbs 23? Young man Desmond? What, young man Brian? All right, go ahead and bring it out for me.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch.
A what?
And
Hold on. So a whore is a what? A whore is a deep ditch, man. A whore is a deep ditch, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fall into that ditch. A ditch is something you get trapped in. You know what I mean? A ditch is something that you ain't gonna be able to climb yourself out of. You know what I mean? At war, when you go to war, they build these ditches and these booby traps or whatnot, and that's how you catch the enemy, put them in the deep ditch. You know what I mean? That's how you get a strong man. That's how you get the strong man. You could take a man that's strong in a lot of areas, but you put him in the ditch, we got you captured.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You strong. That's how you bind a strong man. You tie him up first. You capture him up first. You know what I mean? And that's what we dealing with. That's what we dealing with in this world, man. You know what I mean? A whore is a deep ditch. You know what I mean? If you want to talk properly by your father, you want to talk properly by the I.S.U.P.K, because sometimes your father can teach you. But if you want to talk properly by the scriptures that have the filters on your mind on how to choose a woman, how to choose a rib, you're gonna get caught up in the deep ditch. And sometimes you can know the truth. You can know all the scriptures you want to, but if you don't put them into action, you're gonna get caught up. Right. Because you know what I mean? A lot of us like to think with our privates. We think with your privates, you think with your looks, you know what I mean? You gotta like the Bible say, you gotta try a friend first. Right. You gotta try a female. You gotta try to see if she even worth it to be called by your name, man. Right. Keep on reading.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 27 again. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit.
Go ahead, finish me off at 28.
Verse 28. She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increaseth the transgressors among men. Yeah, right. Because they, like, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about these females also. Y'all already know. A woman that look real good, man. A woman that I find, what you call fine, a dime, or even a 9 or 8 or 7, sometimes a 6. These women, they know all type of men way more than a man know all type of women. Right. You know what I'm saying? For real, you get a woman that's rated a 7,
she's on a level of what a Jay-Z is. You know what I mean? Because a woman look the same thing, man. It's just not the same. You get a woman that's very unattractive to you, but I guarantee you, she can have a roster if she want to.
Right.
You know what I mean? If a woman go outside the store and say, "Hey, we giving out free sex," niggas will be lined up down the road. They'll be got their crash their cars or whatever. She could be a doggone 5-piece.
2.
You know what I'm saying? She could be a 2. But just because, you know what I mean? She had a big sign, free sex for everybody. Like for somebody, you know what I mean? It's gonna be lined up, brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's just how a woman, you know, it's different. It's different for a woman. For real. But so women, so what I'm saying is that women know, with that being said, women know all type of men. They already know what you gonna say before you gonna say it.
Right.
When you meet them. That's when. Go ahead.
Shalom, Lord of Christ. I don't want Trooper Marsar take it in.
Trooper Marsar, Shalom, Lord Christ. I got you down. Sure. Right. So I'm saying a woman know a woman that when she has more options than the average man, any woman, way more options than the average man. Like for real, like a man got to be on a celebrity status to see what a woman has to go through. You know what I'm saying? Groupies. A woman already have groupies and men telling her, "Hey, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Good night, beautiful." You know what I mean? You look so pretty. They get that all the time where it's watered down. It don't mean nothing to them. So when they get a man that says something different, they'll be able to tell. Go ahead.
It's like I don't want you to bring it out as heavy. Because what it's letting you know is that these sisters, number one, they get lied to just so the brother can get the box.
Mm-hmm.
So a woman, she could be overweight, out of shape, all kind of things. And there's gonna be a brother out there who's gonna think she bad to the bone, who's gonna tell her, "Hey, look, you all this, that, and the other." And she could be overweight to the point to where it's unhealthy. But let her brother be overweight.
Right.
Ain't no sister gonna be out there going, "Oh, you this, you that, you fine, so such and such." She gonna let him know he overweight. But there's always gonna be a brother who's gonna take a woman how she is. So what happens is the woman gets this false sense of security in her mind, thinking, "Oh, I'm bad," thinking, "Oh, I'm thick." No, you ain't thick, you overweight. But at the same time, because a sister, like you're saying, can get anybody she wants, because there's always gonna be somebody who's gonna smash. She get that thought process in her head. She can get whatever she wants.
Right, definitely. I think just because you know what I mean, like for real, right? That's what gotta teach our women. Just because a man want to smash, that don't mean that man want to be with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you will get a sucker, but what kind of man you got? You don't got a man's man. You don't got a man that's gonna hold it down for you. You know what I mean? Just like a lot of women women have 5 kids, 4 baby daddies, 5 baby daddies, and be talking about she want a man with no kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know y'all don't heard this out here, man. I want a man with no kids. I don't want to deal with the baby daddy. They sound like the niggas these days.
Right.
They said like well, all this the role reversal. That's another doctrine. Role reversal of the men and the women. You know what I'm saying? How the men are getting soft, the women are getting harder. But you know what I'm saying? What we here to do now, I.S.U.P.K through the truth, through the power of the Most High, through Yahanna Shem Yahushua. You know what I mean? What we do, we're here to teach that we stand strong on what makes a man, right, and what makes a woman. We don't care what they doing, man. We getting more harder. We going more to the right where they go to the left, man. You know what I mean? These women. Go ahead.
Not to cut you off. I was just gonna add on what you're saying. Like a lot of these women who be messing with a whole lot of different men, they go through a whole lot of stuff, man. Like getting raped and killed, man. Like on the news, the girls be getting a lot of. They go through a whole lot of shit. Like I imagine that all the men they got some secrets that they ain't told nobody about the things that happened to them because a lot of them must be crazy on drugs, do all kind of shit. These women.
Right. Women get a lot of. I mean, women are set up for a lot of things. You know what I mean? When you go to the club, when you go to the lounge, women are always free all night. Negroes, niggas, whatever, gotta pay.
Right.
You know what I mean? VIP line, $200. You know what I mean? It's like damn, like women got it all set up for it. But I'm bringing all that out. You know what I mean? Just like a woman to have 5 kids, 5 baby daddies. But want a dude with no kids, and they be 40 years old. It's like, yo, what kind of dude you want 40 plus? You know what I mean? Like for real, that's crazy. But I brought all that to say is that that's to say is that women have a lot of experiences on men. They, you know what I mean, they get hollered at, they get talked to, so they start to know the difference between men. So going back to that Proverbs 23, 20, 27, is that's how they know how to set a trap. When you're versed and you're knowledgeable about something, you know what I mean? Just like at a job, when you may work at a job, say when you was in the world, you work at a job, a retail job to deal with money. You may work there for like 2 years, you know, the operations of a job. And you start to find like little loopholes where you can steal. Right. You start finding loopholes like, okay, I can steal, I can take from here, and they won't even find out where it's coming from because I know the company so well, I know the system so well. I can goddamn finesse the system for you know what I mean, and get some money out the system. That happens all the time in charities and all type of 501c3 companies. It happens all the time when somebody gets to know the systems. They start to recognize little loopholes and think they ain't gonna get caught. Same thing with a woman, with a whore. She so many men try to holler her down social media. When they go out, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Just, a man ain't worth nothing to her. It's less than a penny. You know what I mean? To now when they go out, they dance for nothing but women. It's just two women dancing together, turning up because the man so doggone thirsty. Right. He giving himself away so much. He wanna just doggone. He wanna doggone dance with her so much. It don't mean nothing for her to dance with a man. So she might as well dance with a woman. Right. She might as well pump it up and dump it up with a woman, man, because that's something new on the earth. You know what I mean? Which is not about to be new. It's about to get watered down. But I'm saying, but all that to say is that the woman, when they well versed to all these men trying to holler at them, they know how to trap men to the T. Right. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? Because we born into slavery, we born into oppression. So an Israelite woman, what she needs to do, she needs to know how to survive in this world. And those survival tactics start kicking in, stuff for those babies, for those bambinos. You know what I mean? For her well-being. So what she needs to do, you know what I mean? I got something that these men treat more precious than precious rubies, and more precious than precious sapphire. Right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They treating it way precious. So I need to be compensated. This is how the women think. They need to be compensated for that. Bump all that doggone, giving it to some niggas just doggone, I'm gonna be with him and have his babies, and he's just gonna be the man and running around in town. Bump all that. I need to be, I need to take advantage of this opportunity. So that's what. So read that verse again, 23 through the 7.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27. Okay. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. Verse 28. She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increases the transgressors among men.
Right. She also lied and waited for a prey. When you see a predator in the jungle, man, you know what I mean? They have done that thing thousands, hundreds of times, man. You know what I mean? When a snake sit there, you know, or when something is camouflaged right there and just sit there and just wait on it. This is something. This not nothing that's a first, second, third time doing. You know what I mean? Just like a woman, a whore that's on that type of stuff. She sit there and waited for her prey, man, and she increases the transgressors among men. She can get you to pee on her. She can get you the doggone get in a threesome, man. You know what I mean? But when you come into the law, statutes, commandments, you gotta know, man. You know what I mean? Because like, look, we love women, man. Like when we I.S.U.P.K, when you love women, unadulterated truth, and you respect and you love, you know what I mean? You love everything about a woman like a man's supposed to be. Right. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes it's hard when two beautiful women, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful women coming to you and saying you can all have us right now at the same time. Let's go have a 4, 5, 3, 10 some. You know what I mean? 9 of us and 1 of you. You know what I mean? It's going, boy, that's some real temptation for a brother in the truth, man. That's some real temptation, the brother in the truth, man. But they lay there. They know how to lay there and to pray. That's how Cardi B and all that. Cardi B with Offset now. She's with Offset, but what she used to do in the past, she used to set up brothers just like that on the threesome, on the foursomes. So let's go in there in a hotel room and we just have a good yay old time. And in the meantime, they slipping a Mickey in your drink and get you out of there, and they rob you for everything, man. Because these sisters got to look out for their well-being, man. It's a survival of the fittest, man. Only the strong survive, man. And they're gonna take a nigga to get about 3, 4 times to get finesse to learn that, hey, man, I can't be messing with these whores. I can't be messing with these whores. You know what I mean? It take a brother with a Rolex. Take your Rolex. You got a Rolex, and you got it retrieved from you. You got a bag of money. You got it retrieved. You flexing and everything. And these whores out of town or in your town or whatnot, they know exactly how to get that bag, man. You know what I mean? We know these are real stories. We already know. It take you a few times. So wise man, it take a man a few times to learn. Which you could have came to the truth and learned what a real whore is, man. And know that you ain't messing with you ain't messing with no twosome or threesomes or none of that type of stuff, man. You know what I mean? Because you already know there ain't nothing but whores get into that, and you already know a whore would do what? It leave a whore is a what? It's a deep what? A whore is a deep ditch, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, it sound good, yeah, it look good, and then it may smell good. But I already know, you know what I'm saying, baby? You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. I ain't never heard no man say that. Yeah. I'm straight on that, man. I'm good on that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of doctrine that we pushing through. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to break down to these brothers and these sisters, man, on both sides, man. Because you know what I'm saying? Because the men are at fault and the women are at fault, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't get caught up in this madness, man. You know what I mean? It's just like a brother that's been in the streets all his life. He been in the streets, you know, like a Big Meech or a Southwest Teach. You know, everybody watched the BMF episode. Big Meech got 35 years. When he come out of prison, what you think he gonna be on? You think he gonna be on that same BMF stuff? Nah, he gonna be trying to tell brothers, don't go into that, don't go into trapping, don't go into the streets. You know what I mean? You know, we got all these old school, all these OGs coming out, but you know what? And the water, because there's only a few of them that made it out. That was able to, because a lot of them are dead. But the ones that went to prison and was putting the real work in these streets, and they come out, they want to teach. They want to. A lot of times, there ain't nothing wrong with that. They want to go into the youth and they want to teach the youth. But you know what? The youth, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it no more. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, Big Meech, yeah. You did your thing, but you know what? You ain't never dodged the switch. There wasn't no switches on the streets when you was here. Now these boys got they dumping with a switch. And they, you know what I'm saying? They'll send a whole 30 at you in less than 2 seconds. You ain't never dealt with that, Big Meech. So I feel like I'm harder than you. I feel like I can tell you something. The young boys, you know what I mean? All these OG, ain't it crazy? Like you be a monster in the streets. You do 20, 30, 15, 10 years. You come out, you thinking oh yeah, I'm about to reach the youth. I'm about to go straight to the streets and reach the youth. But you know what? The youth don't want to hear you, nigga. Right. Youth are like, nah, you old OG. We on a new thing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it smarter and we're gonna do it harder than what you did. The same thing with these women, man. The same thing with these women, man. You know what I'm saying? These women, like a woman could tell her, nah, go ahead and you know what I'm saying? Don't be like I am. Don't be a cat lady like I am. You know, or 50 plus or whatever plus. You know what I mean? I can't get a good man. The men that I really want, I could have locked them down back in the past, but I wanted to run around and you know what I'm saying, and use my beauty and use my options. And I didn't lock down a family. I didn't lock down a man. Now I'm single, you know what I mean, and everything. And you know what I mean, no man ain't gonna marry me. Only man that married me, a man that's way beneath me. Go ahead.
And, you know, say what you said, I don't want, because what's happening is, like you said, they went out there and they run through. They use all their beauty to go get dick down by whomever, whenever, however. And then by the time they lose looking like a pastrami sandwich, Now they're saying, "Oh, I want to settle down." Don't nobody want you when you bust it up and wide open.
Exactly.
Your value went down.
It's exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like your brother looking at that. According to my calculations, it looked like about 300 dudes that been through that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Only people hit numbers. Only people that hit numbers like that is gay men. Because you know, a man, if a woman thought like a man, things would be crazy. A man think about sex all the doggone time, but think about two gay men. I mean, gay men. A gay man, an average lifespan of partners that a gay man has is 500 partners, man. You know what I'm saying? But a heterosexual man, if a heterosexual man is just trying to try to hit him and throw him away, I guarantee you, bro, you only way you're gonna get up to 500 is you got some big status on this earth. And you shouldn't even get strapped. I'm not saying it's something that's big. You ain't doing nothing to me. You know what I mean? When you have a one woman that's blameless, when you have one woman that does not have a reputation in the streets, that's worth more than 500 women to me.
Right.
That's worth more than 500 women to the school. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or if she turned their life around and she came into the school, got a Hebrew name, and you know what I mean, and got all that whoredom off of her, and being a sister that's followed after the Most High, you know what I mean. That's a woman that's worth way more than me,
right?
Than all that, right. You know what I mean. So you know when you have all that, you know what I'm saying. Like for real, it's all about quality, not quantity. You know what I mean? Don't get put in the trick bag, man, because this world is full of putting people in the trick bag, man. Right. You know what I mean? It's a lot of bad doctrine out here, man. You know what I mean? Pick me up at Proverbs 4:2, down to 5, man. Because we got a lot of doctrines out here, man. We got, you know what I mean? Just like my girl got a girlfriend doctrine. I was bringing that out earlier. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When Young Dro said that, my girl got a girlfriend, Chevy blue like whirlwind. That was like 07 when he said that. That man was a man of his time, a pioneer. You know what I mean? Now ain't nothing but my girl got a girlfriend. Now we got to stop these females. There was a time when in strip clubs in Atlanta where a female could not come. Do you know how many of y'all know that a female could not at a time in Atlanta? The female cannot go into a strip club without a company of a man. Right. Y'all knew that? How many, a female just going to the strip club, her girls, they could not get let in without a man with them. Right. That's crazy, right? You know what I mean? Now thanks to the thanks to everything that's going on with these women on women, these females like the doggone, even females that call themselves heterosexuals. When they want to have fun, they don't even want to go to a regular lounge. They don't even want to go to a regular club. They want to go to a strip club. They don't want to go see male dancers. They don't want to go see Chippendales. Everybody want to go to see women. You know what I'm saying? So now it's on my timeline, females that I know that's real, looking real good on their eyes. What they doing? They throwing dollars. They throwing their money on women at the strip clubs. Well, I be doggone because I graduated from, you know what I mean? I'm an 80s. Let me just say I'm an 80s baby. So I'm an 80s baby. So when we start going to strip clubs, our women used to get jealous of us. Our women used to get mad at us. We used to have problems at the house because we went to the strip club. Now these days, your woman is be in the strip club more than you. Right. Your woman is pushing you and dragging you into the strip club now. Now these women don't need a man to go into the strip club because now these women don't even want to go to the regular club. These women don't even want to go to the regular lounge. When somebody had a birthday party, a female had a birthday party, they want to have it at the strip club now. Right. You know what I'm saying? That shit's crazy. Right. You know what I mean? That's the world we coming into. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the word that's what we coming into, man. And we gotta recognize that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because it's hold that scripture and put me up in Romans 1:25. Romans 1:25, man. Because you know what I mean, because this the Wednesday night law class. We already know Leviticus 20:13, a man shall not lie with a man like he do with womankind, but it's also, don't get it twisted, that's awful for women. A woman should not lie with a woman as it is like with a man. The blood will be upon you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when we find out these women are trisexuals, you know what I mean? Like what you look like wifing that up.
Right.
Yeah, you had your fun, your pleasure for a season, but guess what? I can't trust you around women. I can't trust you around men or nothing. I don't know how to trust you. So it's like, you know what I mean? I throw the towel in on this woman, on this woman. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what, you know. You got Romans 125. Go ahead, bring it out.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
Right. So we already know that who changed the truth into the Most High into a lie. You know what I mean? We can't let that go over people's heads or whatnot. You know what I mean? Because all the doctrines they have, all the motivational speakers, all the TikTok videos and everything, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, man? These people, everybody going off their feelings. If a woman on woman make you happy, go with that. If a man on man make you happy, go with that. Right. If that man, even if they heterosexual, if a woman not happy with that man, leave. If that man not happy with that woman, leave. Well, that's a damn lie, man. That's how you're gonna get caught up in the trick bag, and you're gonna get shriveled up like a doggone California raisin, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get shriveled up so quick, and you're gonna wonder what's happening. You know what I'm saying? When you no longer desirable, when nobody's no longer taking double looks at you no more, nobody's checking for you no more. You know what I mean? You're gonna be it's the story about the turtle and the rabbit. You know what I mean? You gotta go this thing like a marathon. That brother who was like a tortoise, who was like the turtle, who took his time through life, who took his time to choose his woman,
right?
Who wasn't so quick to sleep with a whore, so quick to knock these hoes down and throw them away. You know what I mean? You're gonna look back and say, damn, like he took the time to find a real valuable woman. Now he got a real household. You know what I'm saying? He got a real family structure. And all, you know what I mean? I done slept with 300 hoes and I ain't got nothing to show for it.
Right.
All I got is heartache, headache, and disease to show for it. You know what I mean? I should have chose the path that brother went on, and vice versa for the sisters. I was making fun of that sister. I was with all her favorite rappers. I was with all the celebrities. This is a woman talking. They were with all the celebrities. They were getting bags. They were getting their mama house paid off. They getting their rent paid up for a year. But when by the time the race in the long run of things, I got nothing to show for it. I can't even call those dudes no more. Right. All those dudes threw her away to the side, and then they dealing with the next young hot thing now. Right. You know what I mean? Real. So you know what I'm saying? Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, man? Don't get caught up in your trick, man. That's what you want to do. You don't want to get finessed out of life, man. You don't want to get slimed out of life, man. Keep on reading.
Like I'm still in the book of Romans. I had one about the Proverbs. Let me go back to Romans.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay. Tell me the record again.
Yeah. Romans 125. You left out that who changed the truth of the Most High to a lie.
Okay, let me go into 26 or go back to 25. So
yeah, you can start at 25 in the middle of it.
Okay, count on one time. And worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Romans chapter 1 verse 26. For this cause the Most High gave them up into vile affection, but even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Right. Even they women. We in this time right now, man. You know what I mean? When you go back to the 60s, you couldn't say that. When you go to the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, even the first part of the 2000s, you could not say that, man. You know what I mean? Maybe with Esau, you definitely could always with them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The natural use of a man, a woman, you know what I mean? She need to doggone be penetrated in every doggone, in an ear hole and everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it changed the natural use, man. Go ahead, Reed.
Card out of one card. Verse 26. For this cause, Yahweh gave them up unto vile affection.
It's a vile affection. What is vile? Unto a very inconvenient, into a nasty affections, man. You know what I mean? Don't let that go over your head, man. It's very inconvenient for the things that these homosexuals have to go through, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? The lifestyle they gotta use. These transgenders, all the stuff they gotta spray on them and stuff up in them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And try to be. You know what I mean? These niggas are whole niggas out here, but they got a period. Nigga, please. That's a vile affection. That, you know what I mean? Just to give you a visual on that word vile, V-I-L-E. You know what I mean? You got a whole nigga out here looking like a whole nigga out here, a whole man out here, but this nigga bleed once a month. You know what I mean? Because he really a woman. You know what I'm saying? He really a Dwayne Wade's son, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's when the Most High gave you up to vile affections. You know what I mean? Because the law spoken first in Leviticus 20:13, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the law. The Most High gave the law. It's gonna be judgments afterward. Keep on reading.
Out of one card. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 27. And likewise also the men, leaving their natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another.
Oh man, hey, bro, you know what I mean? Like for real, like don't let that go over your head, y'all, because we got to know what time we is in the Bible. That's why you come into the school, because you already know, like the Bible is, you know what I mean? We already know the Bible is not just only based off of history and stuff. It got prophecies in there that ain't even came to fruition yet. Right. That Romans 1:25 through 26, that's coming to fruition right now, man. The natural use of just so-called heterosexual intercourse. You know what I mean? It's been a lost art, man. You know what I mean? All these double dippers or whatever. That's why people full of diseases. That's why these people smell all type of weird ways. You know what I mean? That's why you can't even push your nose to these holes. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why, man. You know what I mean? That's why that little dude, that little dude at your job, that little dude, you know, that's why that nigga smell funny. Smelling like doggone curve and doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Because these niggas ain't right, man. And we don't want no parts of it, man. We don't want no parts. We don't want no parts of that. We'll die before we have a part of that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Some of us got to go to prison. Some of us got to go do sentences in prison or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? We'll die before another man rape us.
Right.
We'll die before we let our manhood get taken, man.
Right.
We'll fight to the death before that happens.
Right.
You know, that's a lost art. That's a lost doctrine on the earth. Go ahead. Somebody was about to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, man, what you bringing out, man, so heavy. And I see it, man. I see it, man. So clearly, bro. You must respect, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, Shalom, not quite, because you already know this is real talk. This is based off of real stories, man. And that's why the Most High set up the I.S.U.P.K to bring out the real army of the Most High, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? We not compromising on nothing. Don't nothing hold us in check. Nothing hold us in check except the men above us. Anything else can't check us on shit.
Right.
You hear me? Can't nothing check us in the whole world, man. You know what I mean? That's why I honor. That's why we all should honor the men above us, because you know what I mean. That's the only person who could talk to us.
That's right.
When you going in and your wife, your rib, like, please, she can call a man above you and get you to calm down, but can't nobody else get you to calm down, man. Can't nobody else give you that wisdom. You know what I mean? It's only lies here in this school, man. You know what I mean? And we, you know what I mean? While they go left, we going right. While they going to the new ways, we holding on to the old ways, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? All this stuff getting watered down. You know what I mean? We stand whole on, you know, what we got to do. And we not letting these false doctrines take us. We're not letting these motivation speakers take us out. We're not letting the TikTok videos take us out. We're not letting what our kids say take us out. You know, we're not ran by children. We're not ran by nieces and nephews. We're not ran by the world. You know what I mean? We stand hold to the doctrines of the old, man. And that's what's gonna build this nation. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna make a man. They may not like it, but they gonna respect it in the end, man. You know what I mean? For real, like for your daddy, your granddaddy, and your uncles and everything, you made out like that, and the strict teachers. How many of y'all done had a strict teacher? Y'all made out didn't like them in while I was going on, but you know what? All those good go with the flow, happy go lucky teachers, y'all didn't even remember their name, man. But the teacher you remember name of, you remember that strict teacher. They push that line, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the one that you can say you 40 years old, you talking about you still remember this teacher. You 50, 70 years old, you still remember this teacher because, you know what I mean, she meant or he meant something in your life because, you know what I mean, they pushed that line and they wouldn't compromise, man. Right. And that's the same way you got to be with this doctrine. The same way you got to be with this truth, man. You know what I mean? Go pick me up at Romans 4:2. I mean, I'm sorry, Salakia, Proverbs 4:2.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 2. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law.
Right, the I.S.U.P.K, we giving good doctrine, forsake not that law, because it's going to be a lot of trick things. You know what I mean? What's going to stop you from coming to from leaving the truth? Because it's going to be many that's called, few that are chosen. Y'all know that. It's gonna be some niggas. Boys and Men was in the I.S.U.P.K for a minute. You know what I mean? It's so some of Wu-Tang was in the I.S.U.P.K for a minute, man. What's gonna be the doctrine to take you out? It's gonna be the street nigga doctrine. Is it gonna be the doctrine that I need to be going into this corporate world? I don't want to be looking a certain way in front of white folks, in front of Caucasians. What's gonna be the doctrine that's gonna lead you out the truth? You know what I mean? You don't want to listen to one man. You ain't got to be in no camp. Right. All that camp doctrine or whatever. I don't got to listen to the elders. All I got to do is be have a relationship with the Most High, and He gonna know my heart doctrine. You know what I'm saying? What doctrine is gonna lead you out the truth? That's what I want to know, because it's been many called, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. Hey, congratulations. Clap. You made it into the truth. Congratulations. Right. But this thing's a marathon, man. You know what I mean? Are you going to be saving to the end or what? Right. You know what I mean? I work in the public. I work on the public sector, the public people. And every now and then people find out what I got going on with the Israelites. And you know what some niggas tell me? Yeah, I should be part of the old school. You know what I'm saying? And niggas puffed up with knowledge and they bugged out now. Right. These niggas ain't making no noise now. Yeah, I should be a part of the old school, man. But now, you know what I'm saying? I'm on this and that, whatever. Brother, excuse me, but you're bugged out. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're shot out. You know what I mean? You're not great anymore. You fell from great. You know what I mean? You're not a factor in anything or helping Israel coming back into who we are. You think just because you learned this information one time that you doggone doing something? You ain't doing nothing, man. Where your work at? Where your fruits at? You know what I mean? Christ said, Yahanna said, we should know a tree, or we should know by his fruits. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just because you were planted and got a little sprout, you think that's it? Right. Nah, we want to see what fruits that it produce. Yeah, you think you grew tall as a tree? That's it? Nah, we want to see the fruits that tree produced, man. You know what I'm saying? And then when you produce fruits, we want to see, are you really saved until the end, man? Right. You know what I mean? Because you know you can get bugged out, and that's why we give respect to our elders, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are disrespecting preach Ariyah. You know what I mean? For real, because he went out, he got, yeah, the Lord knows, we already know he got bugged out at the end. But we want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to plead with the Most High that you don't get bugged out in the end, because we already know that the movement and the effect that he had on the truth. A lot of us, we may not get to that point, man. How many of y'all think y'all gonna get to the point where y'all make an impact on the truth or make an impact on Israel to where the point where it can compare to the 12 tribes chart?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a that's a pretty big impact. You know what I mean? When I first came into the truth, before I came into the truth, I said, man, I gotta get proved that what y'all talking about, them 12 tribes of Israel, that gotta get all that. I hear that, but they gotta get proved to me one by one. And once that thing was proved to me, and I couldn't do nothing with it, man. You know what I mean? That was I stuck with it and passed some other things. But how many of y'all? I mean, we could do some things. We could do some great street preaching. We can do some great classes. We can have a great effect on brothers and sisters. But I don't know if I'm ever going to get the impact of bringing in the 12 tribes chart.
Right.
That's pretty. You know what I mean? So you know you got to stay on the humble. But we respect our elders, man. Right. You can't get so puffed up with knowledge and you disrespect the elders, man. You know what I'm saying? You can never get that. Keep on reading. Keep on reading Proverbs 4 and 3 down to 5.
4 and 3, chapter 4, verse 3. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, let thy heart retain my word. Keep my commandments and live.
Keep my what?
Keep my commandments and live.
That's the main doctrine, man. The commandments, they ain't talking about the commandments, they ain't talking about nothing. They talking about temporary fixtures, they talking about putting a band-aid on a permanent issue. You know what I mean? All y'all doing with these sound good, look good doctrines. Y'all putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound. You know what I mean? That blood gonna flow and move that band-aid out of the way. Right. You know what I mean? You need something else to patch that thing up. Keep on reading.
Come on. Book of Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Neither decline from the words of his mouth, the mouth from the Most High, man. Right. You know what I mean? That's what we think of. Like y'all brothers in the right place, man. But you know what I'm saying? But what we expect, what the officers and generals expect, we know what I'm saying? We plan to be here to the end. Right. And we expect y'all to be here to the end, man. Right. And no, my question is, what doctrine is gonna take you off your rocker? Is you gonna be the heathen that's so fine? Because let's be for real. Like the Israelite women, they're the finest on the earth. But let's not act like the heathens don't got no fine women, man. Right. Don't act like Arab, Caucasian, East Indian, Asian. They got something for you, man. Right. And they know how to cater to a man. Is that gonna bring you out the truth? It's some type of new drug, some type of new strand, some type of new pill gonna bring you out the truth. Anything gonna bring you out the truth. Some type of new food, some new way they're making pork, whatever. Right. You're gonna bring you out the truth. What's gonna get you out the truth, man? You know what I mean? You putting in work for the Most High on Saturdays and have to check in with other men. What's gonna bring you out the truth, bro? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the test gonna come. You know what I'm saying? But we want to see you standing 10 toes down. You know what I mean? And at the end, we're gonna say the Most High say, and Yahweh Shai gonna say, job well done. That's the only way, that's the only thing, that's the only doctrine that we are adhering to, man. Right. That's it. And with that, I'm Officer Baraki Allah, Officer 500, President Officer 500, Officer Kasiad.
Excellent class. Let's give that officer one more hand. Right now, I'm Officer 500 Khan Kasiad of the I.S.U.P.K Atlanta, and these are the security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Junior Yahanna. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world, Salakia. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister is interested in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. The next upcoming holy convocation is the Passover. The Passover will be held April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Make sure that you pay your $200. Make sure that you've got your hotel. Make sure you're ready to go. And the next day, on April 2nd, will be the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Make sure that you are there. I'm going to remind any Akim or Akwakim who want to know any information to get with the man who's teaching the class or look at the bulletin board. For anybody who wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf, and remember to Google the address every time you come to the school in order to beef up the algorithm. With that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amijah, Amam Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. And what I just said was, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. Yazmatah, which means hands down. Class dismissed.
Young man Brian checking out.
All right, shalom, no Christ.